So finally, Judy Austin has actually succeeded in turning Yul Edochie into what he is not. She has finally, turned Yul Edochie into something else. I must tell you the truth. Yul Edochie that was once loved by all, almost all, in Nigeria because of his acting prowess. You see it? This is how a woman can ruin a man's career. This is how a woman can ruin a man's reputation. I must tell you the truth. Judy Austin has finally ruined his reputation. And that's it. He's now behaving like someone that has mental problem. But that's true, you know. She has successfully put in enmity among the Edochies. The Edochie family member, they no longer live in peace, all thanks to Judy Austin. I told you guys that Yul Edochie will begin to reap what he sow. People think that it was a joke, that it will no longer take time before Yul Edochie will begin to understand the mistakes that he has made, before he begin to face, the consequences of his decisions and his actions towards May Edochie. I must tell you the truth. So, yes, a few days ago, he was caught trying to sell his father's land, and that one didn't work. The next thing is that he is now threatening his father, being Pete Edochie, to read out his will while the man is still alive and to give him his own share of his property. I must tell you, look at foolishness. A man who was never cared about all this, because then he was actually staying with me, Edochie, who was doing all the background work. We all thought then that Yul Edochie is actually rich, that he was doing all those things by his money, that he actually had money from the movie that he was doing in the Nollywood movie industry. We never knew that everything belongs to May Edochie, that all these achievements was possible because of May Edochie. Now Pete Edochie is in trouble. What the first son couldn't even do, what the eldest brother, being Leo Edochie, could not even do, could not dare to come to his father to ask him to share his properties, to read his will to them. That is what the last born is doing. Because of what? Because he has gone broke. This is what Judy Austin have always wanted. To come into this young man's life, to destroy his life, to run him dry, to suck him, to finish him. And she has done so. She has successfully done that. Every day we keep hearing new stories concerning Yul Edochie. This man is beginning to go mental. I must tell you the truth, because a normal person will not be doing the kind of things that he is doing now. The kind of things that Yul Edochie is doing now, a normal person cannot do it. And people actually warned him, because people saw this coming. Link Edochie, his elder brother, saw this coming. You see it? And as the elder brother who understands life more than him, he actually tried to call Yul Edochie to order. Actually tried to advise Yul Edochie, because I believe that Link Edochie understands that this his brother actually had nothing, that it was May Edochie that has been carrying this his brother along. Yes, because May Edochie actually loved this man, actually gave a lot to that marriage. She actually worked hard to make sure that everything they had today, they have it. Actually worked hard to make sure that their kids are properly trained in the best school and all that. But Yul Edochie thought that all those things was just for nothing. He threw it, on the ground, followed Judy Austin. I don't even know the reason behind that decision. Link Edochie, his brother, warned him, go back to your wife. Stop all these things that you're doing. You see it? He decided to disobey. In fact, he took that his brother's advice as a curse. His brother became his enemy. He turned his own blood brother to become his enemy. And now look at the point where it has taken Yul Edochie to. It has taken him to the point where he wants to sell his father's properties in order to get money. When he was caught, he now started threatening his father to share his property, to read his will to them, so that he will know the ones that are his properties. And of course, it is obvious that he wants to go and sell them. And that will be that is what Judy Austin wants. And you believe me that by the time he runs Yul Edochie dry, he will leave Yul Edochie and dump him, and that's when Yul Edochie's eye will open. And that was the same reason why she actually left Mr. Obas. Because she saw that, or she thought that Yul Edochie was actually richer than Mr. Obas. Because Mr. Obas is just an average man, who's trying to train his family. But this lady, she refused to stand by Mr. Obas and build that same family. The same thing every other woman in her shoes would have done. The same thing May Edochie did with Yul Edochie, that made Yul Edochie look like her spec, that made her to leave Mr. Obas and run to Yul Edochie. You see it? This Judy Austin is actually desperate. A desperate woman looking for who to suck dry, looking for who she's going to send back to the village. And that's what she has done to Yul Edochie. She has sent Yul Edochie back to the village. She has sent Yul Edochie. Well, now it's obvious to Pete Edochie that Yul Edochie is under some sort of influence. Yes, he now knows that his son is no more behaving normal, because this is the son that he used to know. You see, now Judy Austin is now in control, controlling the young man. You know, it's obvious that whatever Judy Austin wants, that is what Yul Edochie will do. That's what Yul Edochie will do. If Judy Austin wants him to fight any member of his family, Yul Edochie will do the same. And that's how Judy Austin is now demanding money from Yul Edochie. You see it? That led Yul Edochie to, trying to sell his father's property. Now he is bullying his father to give him his own share of the property. Well, I believe that Pete Edochie, on the other hand, is actually reaping the fruit that he actually sowed. Yes, because he was the one that spoiled Yul Edochie. He was the one that trained Yul Edochie and spoiled Yul Edochie, even to the point that when all these things started happening, Pete Edochie never said any tangible thing. Even his colleagues in the movie industry were calling him. You see it? They were calling him to make him say something. Talk to your son. You see it? All Pete Edochie could say was that he supports Yul Edochie, that Yul Edochie is matured, a grown up, that he can actually marry as many wives as possible, as many wives as he can, comparing him to King Solomon. You see it? But it was the same King Solomon that, when he tested everything, he came out to tell us that everything is vanity upon vanity. Yet Yul Edochie did not learn from that. He wanted to follow in his footsteps. He brought in Judy Austin, trying to force May Edochie to accept Judy Austin. And May Edochie understand the kind of person that Judy Austin is. A gold digger, somebody that wants to reap where she did not sow. Look at it. She wants to spoil the Edochie's family. She wants to ruin that family. I must tell you the truth. Pete Edochie is now in trouble because his properties are no more safe. Because this now that we are hearing Yul Edochie wants to sell this, Yul Edochie wants to sell that, he might wake up one day and succeed in selling off his father's properties just to, satisfy Judy Austin's quest for money. Because it's the only thing that made Judy Austin come into that family. Nothing more, nothing less. It is because of money. It's because she thought that the Edochie's family, that they are rich, and she knew that she can only come into that family through Yul Edochie. That was why she actually struck Yul Edochie. And Yul Edochie, being so foolish, she actually got Yul Edochie, and now she's removing Yul Edochie. Anyway, guys, I'll keep on updating you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section.